Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Baddies West, episode 4, What Happens in Vegas. Excuse me. So, the girls finally leave the house in LA to get on the bus to get to Vegas. So, we have Tommy and Natalie rode the private jet to Vegas. Then we have Kat and Stunner Girl riding together to get to Vegas. And then we got the rest of the girls on the bus. So, Biggie, Krishan, Razor, Scotty, Low, DJ Sky, and Rolly, they all get on the bus. It's way better than last season. Like, even Krishan said, like, this bus was lit. Like, you could tell we had the money last season compared to this. Like, literally, that bus was decked out beautiful. Everything. They got the sleeping beds. It was a whole vibe. So, basically, all the girls, they turn up, start drinking. Scotty, like, she want to play a game. So, eventually, they play a game. They play Never Have I Ever. They, mind you, they all drinking Casamigos. Rolly decided that she's not going to participate because her butt still hurts. So, she decided to go lay down. So, she turned in. Got the rest of the girls turned up, playing the game, start asking questions. Come to find out, some of them are a bunch of freaks. So, like, they got it in. Like, yeah. Then, it got to a point where, Razor was talking about her tattoos, and Scotty was like, I like tattoos, so let me see what they're about. So she starts pointing them out, telling her, like, what's this one about, and Razor starts talking to her. Then it got to a point where supposedly Scotty touched her inappropriately by pulling on her pants and pulled them down. But mind you, you got Biggie sitting right next to Scotty, and you got Krishan and Razor and Low. They're all together on one side. And then you got DJ Sky on the other side of the table. So they all sitting there witnessing how everything is transpiring. And next you know, Razor decides to pull her pants down anyway. And so that they can see the tattoos. Everybody's touching on her butt and whatnot. Supposedly, Scotty touched her inappropriate, but for me watching, I did not see Scotty touch her inappropriately. I know people was touching on her butt, but you know, she was probably too drunk to realize that, but whatever. She got heated. Things went left. She really wanted to fight Scotty. Scotty's like, I'm not here for this. I don't want to fight you. Basically, Razor went belligerent, and she was like, I want to fight you. You know what you did. You know what you said. And Scotty's like, next you know, Razor's ready to get her with the 1-2. And then you got security holding back Scotty. Eventually, Scotty did hit her again. But, you know, I guess they hits didn't connect or whatever. So they mad and raging the whole bus ride. Long story short, they finally did make it to the house in Vegas. Mind you, at the same time, you got Tommy and Natalie. They're on their jet talking. Tommy gives Natalie a gift. Yeah. Tommy gives Natalie a gift, one of her new shades that she got coming out. They look super cute, and it plays music on the side, which is lit. You know, I need a pair. I know they probably gonna be like two plus. Like, I already know. They look fire. They like a nice matte black finish. And then there's like a big, thick bar here that you can play your music through, which is fine. This is cool. So they basically just talk about how they worry about getting to the bag. They talk about how like certain things shouldn't have went down the way it did. They talk about how, you know, some girls are trying to find their way. You know, they just started out. You know, their names are starting to get big. Basically like Krishan. Like, some things, it just doesn't go well with talking to her. Because it's like, it goes in one ear and out the other. And she be so turned that, like, you know, eventually she gotta humble herself and see where things are gonna go from there. So after that, they get to the house before the other girls get there. They just start settling up and stuff like that. And Natalie was like, listen, don't tell them anything. Don't post that picture or video about us on the jet. And she was like, now Tommy was like, why? You were executive producer, I'm a producer. We do boss stuff. Let anybody got time for that. Let them feel a type of way. I don't care. I'm posting it. So that's basically what her vibe was. So eventually, after they get there, a few minutes later, the rest of the girls pull up. And you could tell the tension in the air was so thick that you could cut it with a knife and you're going to hear crickets. So basically, everybody starts talking. Tommy and Natalie, like, what happened? Like, you know, everybody was like, listen, just to let you know that there was some drama. Things were said. People were heated. It was like, what happened? Tommy was like, what happened? What happened? Basically, Biggie said her stuff, said she had to stay in Spanish, and everybody else said their stuff. So basically, there was like, DJ Scott was like, you want to say something? So basically, raise them. She said what she said. And then you got Scotty on the other side, and it's like, at this point now, it was like, listen, just let them have it. So, next thing you know, Scotty went in and she gave a few of the connected punches. And then eventually, Tommy took her on about her way. And you know, Razor's still heated. She on 1,000 right now. She's not turning down. She's like 38 hot. And it's just like, girl, we don't know what the beef is. It's like, okay, she got your hits in and she's cool. She don't know how to fight her, but still, you still pressed about the issue. But if that's the case, but then again, everybody's like, it's two conflicting stories. They don't know who's lying or whatnot. So after them going back and forth for like a good 10-15 minutes, they went their separate ways. Razor ended up going outside. Biggie goes outside with her and starts talking to her. Then she was like, Biggie, I don't want to talk to you. Don't touch me. She's like, that's cool. That's fine. They end up going to the kitchen. She's still hooting and hollering. And Biggie's still trying to calm her down. Mind you, meanwhile, upstairs, you got Natalie, DJ Scott, and Scotty in the room talking. And it was like, yeah, I don't want to fight her. This is what happened. And stuff like that. And it's like, why she got to make up a story if everybody was there to witness it? Like, come on now. Like, one of the things is not adding up. So, supposedly, long story short, Razor's upset that, like I said, that supposedly Scotty touched her inappropriately. The only way she could have touched her inappropriately was if she put her hand next to her private part. That's about it. Because you know her butt is butt. So it's like, whatever. But then again, at the same time, everybody was like, well, dang, if she does this on a daily basis, pull her pants and stuff down, and, you know, she twerking and stuff there, what's that not the same issue? But whatever the case was, I digress. So that was that. Mind you, Scotty done went and talked, not Scotty, Tommy and Krishan, they're outside, while eventually, Rolly, she takes it upon herself to like, listen, I don't got time to hear this nonsense. I want to go get dressed. I got to go outside. I got to perform. So basically, everybody decided to go their separate ways. Then, mind you, Razor's still heated. And then you have Tommy and Krishan standing on the balcony looking down at her like, listen, she's still heated and she's not trying to have the story. So eventually Tommy said her piece. She was like, listen, I'm going to go talk to Natalie and see what the issue is. And she was like, no, you're not. Razor was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Eventually, Tommy and Krishan went into Natalie's room and they was talking. And Tommy said some words to Scotty. And then basically she was like, listen, I want to go out. I'm over this. I'm not a fighter. I don't got time for this. So that's just what it is. So then, after that talking, Tommy takes it upon herself to go to Razor's room, and she's in there with, I think, Lo, and they're talking because Razor's still here. Oh, so sorry, guys. She still feel like, you know, she's been violated. But then if that was the case, she should have said something from the get-go. You basically been hooting and hollering, just yelling and saying you want to fight. If that was the case, you would have said, like, okay, Scotty, I feel like you violated me because I know you was thinking about the tattoos, but I think you also touched me inappropriately. That's what could have been said. Not that I want to fight you. You know what I did. You know what you did, stuff that. Like, listen, it is so draining. So, long story short, they went downstairs. Rolly done changed into her outfit to perform. Everybody else still got their old clothes on. Natalie brings to attention that they all need to talk about the situation. Scotty and them is on one side, and then Rose's over there. So basically, Scotty's like, okay, well, we're going to let you talk and say a piece. So Razor's still heated. And at first, when it was Scotty's turn to talk, she was like, I touched you how? She was about to say the B word, and she was like, yeah. So next thing, Razor said something. She was like, what you was about to say? She's like, listen, if that was the case, you should have said this before. And basically, wasted time and energy. Yeah, we're going to see if they come to a resolution. But, yeah, that right there this was a whole wasted episode, like, for real, for real. Like, at that same instant, y'all remember the last episode when Nadia was like, no more fighting. We get into this episode, fighting. Like, y'all too grown. Y'all worry about the bag, but y'all basically fumbling it with all this fighting. I can't wait to see next week's episode. I see they finally made it to the club. I'm not sure if Razor went out with them, because I did see Scotty in attendance with them, and supposedly Natalie wants Tommy to talk it out with Stunner Girl to see where the issue lies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a confrontation that's about to happen. You kind of see that Stunner throws something at Tommy. Tommy was like, listen, I'm not here for this. I'm about to beat you like you one of my kids. Like, it's about to go down. Y'all stay tuned for next week's episode. I got y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of this week's episode. Yeah, it's a lot, but you know, y'all stay tuned. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.